I just say also just real quick? Can I just, because I don't think you understand like how much of a like selfish rat piece of shit Hasan is. Okay, Hasan is expecting, right? He has the expectation that these guys are gonna throw out a life raft for him when he's committing optic suicide. Okay, that these guys are gonna stake their reputation on throwing a life raft out for him when he sat there and he basically ridiculed Ethan for being upset that Hasan's entire fan base was calling him basically a fucking Nazi, with Hasan being like, well, I don't know what I can do. I'm not doing anything about that. I don't know. I can't do anything about that. And now he's over here rolling around like a baby who's shit his diaper twice with nobody to change it, crying that all of these other streamers aren't throwing out life rafts to help Hasan because he can't fucking control himself for more than 2 weeks without saying something else fucking retarded.
That clip of Destiny perfectly exemplifies why I do not like Hasan. Because he's, not only is he a bitch and a hypocrite, but he also likes to freak out a lot. And like, even his own like peers, right? I'm gonna say peers, I don't know if he considers them friends or not. But that's basically like kind of the spiral that he's leading down on right now. And that's like one of the reasons. So I'm gonna talk about the first reason that happened back in February. So back in February, you probably know about this because everybody fucking talked about it. Except for me, of course. That Hasan made a retarded statement saying, you know, that streaming is just as hard as your 9 to 5. He's just like, well, it's just as bad, and I think it's worse than, you know, when I did sales, when I couldn't talk to people. Now I'm constantly talking to people. You don't have to be doing this. You can take a day off whenever you'd like, really, when it comes to streaming. When it comes to making YouTube videos, it is harder. I will say that it is harder for me to work than making a YouTube video, because when I'm working, I had to do stuff for like hours on end, alright? So yeah, that's kind of like the consensus of what happened. And so lots of people were defending him, of course, you know, like Frogan, she's an interesting person. And then, you know, of course, Asmongold was like, you know what, he's not very wrong on this statement, guys. But on the contrary, there was a lot of people shitting on him, of course, and Ludwig was kind of like, there's kind of some context added, you know. I'm not gonna shit on Ludwig because he is kind of right, you know, where he admits, you know, he is privileged, you know. It's not as hard as, you know, working your ass off, but it does kind of mentally drain you. And that set Hasan off.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. So
about this as a streamer myself for almost 6 years now on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Oh God, it's just like. What's funny?
Wait, how long is he about to go mauled over this comment? Wait, what?
You haven't even addressed this again since then. I know. It's just an opportunity for every single person to be like, look, guys, I'm a content creator. I'm really privileged. Like, yeah, dog. We all are. We all talk about it all the time. It just annoys me because like it's such a fake thing to do. It's just literally using someone who you're friends with, like being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. I know how privileged I am. It's like, yeah, I do too. That's so fucking dumb. Oh my God. Like, it's like no different than what Muda did. He showed the context though. It doesn't fucking matter that he showed the context. It's just a way to just literally farm off the fucking drama. Whatever.
Now, I think that was one of the reasons why he was kind of falling off recently. But one of the bigger reasons is because he has an interesting coverage on Israel and Palestine. Now, I'm not gonna talk about a war here because I'm not very well informed, but he just straight up spreads misinformation about it. And he'll just straight up lie and a lot of the stuff, and then he'll cope about, you know, people calling him out and stuff.
Hasan is very talented at making his mistakes seem inconsequential. And if somebody proves him wrong, he twists that into them being the bad guy. We all know Hasan jumped the gun when it comes to the Gaza hospital being bombed by Israel. And when his chat corrected him, he demonized them.
You bad faith, apartheid defending, bloodthirsty genocidal freak.
He then goes on to speculate missile technology because that's easier than admitting he's wrong.
If there's a deployment, like an activation that Israeli munitions have that can that can detonate way before it impacts the ground.
This is such a joke. He has no clue what he's talking about.
Willie Mac made like really good videos on him. Cactus has been doing really good call out, fucking posts on him.
An overwhelming majority of U.S.-based Middle East scholars say they have felt the growing need to practice self-censorship since the Israel-Hamas war began on October 7th. By the way, there's also a secondary part of this too. Like, there are plenty of fucking progressives who have literally just lost their minds on this and think I've lost my mind as a consequence of that. Like, make no mistake, I've been hemorrhaging both viewership and followers since October 7th, non-stop. There are plenty of people who are just straight up like, I'm so progressive, I'm the most progressive person, except for Palestine. When it comes to Palestine, I think you're crazy. The fact that you are like saying things such as Palestinians deserve emancipation is just fucking unacceptable.
I'm gonna talk about the Cactus clip first because this one was really interesting and it was super funny. So here, Cactus says, Hasan is having a mental breakdown in this Discord over his declining viewership. And here it's a bunch of, Discord screenshots about him freaking the fuck out. Here I'm just gonna share a video, read them all. I'm so sad, I think the streams are bangers, but people are just don't see them. We used to be a community. I hate what my community is becoming. I swear, Twitch streaming isn't about the actual content. It's whether people want to pay attention to you or not and clout. Well, that shit was a banger and 13,000 watched like I'm a fucking gaming at 8 p.m. I'm done. I hate this job. I'm not streaming today. I'm going to myself.
Now here you can see where he was complaining about all his fucking lost viewership, and it's really bad. It's really fucking bad. He's losing all these views and all these subscribers.
Now, another reason he's kind of losing viewership is because of his fan base. Now, I think his fan base is pretty fucking horrid. They're complete cancer. Most of them are just like rabid little shits. But here, it's actually really funny. So this comes from my boy Provolone Cheese, where he talks about some fucking Redditor and the Hasan Piker Reddit talking about how they stopped watching Hasan. So here, I'm gonna read the whole thing. Hasan and the Art of Banning. When I first started watching Hasan last January, I was immediately captivated by his overtop, high-strung arguments with his chat. The complete lack of hesitation to ban idiots trying to derail the conversation or start bad faith arguments. Here's some of my favorite examples. I took a lot of inspiration from his attitude towards bans and my own moderation, and I got similar catharsis from banning idiots as I did watching him do the same thing. Hasan instilled me this confidence and a backbone I never knew I had before. And I don't think I would have lasted 2 weeks if it weren't for his streams. I stopped watching Hasan after October, not because I disagree with his takes or his coverage, but simply because I find the Palestine genocide to be demoralizing, gut-wrenching, and hopeless in a way that even a well-placed top-of-the-hour ad break could make me feel any better. Feel free to share your favorite band clips in the comments, even if they aren't recent. That's all I had to say. Thank you, Hasan. The best part of reading this is how looks like his son's dancing while this guy's talking about how he's not watching him anymore because he's talking about a fucking... Now the next one is a fucking video, another video, let's go. So here it's some deranged Hasan fan telling him how he shouldn't drink a Coke Zero because he's preaching pro-Palestine or something because they support Israel or something retarded. It's so stupid because it's like every company's gonna support like another place anyways. It doesn't matter. Like him not drinking Coke's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream. It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hasan. At least pretend. Do it off stream. Please.
Okay, I'll put it in a glass. Is Pepsi okay?
No.
Is it? Okay.
No soda, Hasan.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, the best part of the video is how like you can tell how nervous she is and how like she doesn't talk to people like at all. Like this is like her first interaction of the day. He clearly doesn't want to be there either. He looks like a fucking he looks like one of my drunk uncles that like clearly don't want to be there, but they are, and so that they're just kind of like, yeah, I guess, and they're not paying attention. Hasan only has one person to blame for all these atrocities happening to him. That's himself. But of course, as we've seen, he's not gonna take accountability. He's just gonna continue going on, this path of just like his own destruction basically, because he doesn't learn from his fucking mistakes. All right, he's gonna continue blaming everyone else, and he's just gonna keep going down and down and down. So yeah, that's the subject of the video today. I hope you all enjoyed. This took me quite a while. It took me like 3 days because I was at work and shit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one whenever I feel like uploading. Bye.